Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's RWBY Volume 4 Chapter 9, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Now, that generally means that you're in the same place that you started. So, I reckon this could go multiple ways. Certain characters could be going a step or 2 steps forward. Certain characters could be going a couple of steps backwards. I'm wondering, are we gonna get an even split? 2 characters take a step each forward for 2 steps forward, and 2 characters each, their situation takes a turn for the worse. You know, a step backward each. Or we're only focusing on 2 characters and having 2-2. Or is it really not that literal and I'm being silly? It's speculation, nothing silly until it's proven wrong. So, things are happening everywhere, I think. Well, Yang's training with Tai, but Weiss is also training, I think. It didn't look like she was trying to escape from her bedroom. She was clearing room to practice like we see her doing in the intro. So Yang and Weiss like hold away training at the moment. So if anyone was going to take a step forward, I imagine it might be them, because they've just recovered from their backward step and they're now trying to get back on the right track. They're like building their skills and confidence up. So I think they might make significant strides in that, like Weiss trying to summon the knight and Yang getting used to how her new arm works. So the characters that are going to be taking a step back would seem to be Blake and RWBY, because now Blake's got White Fang drama to deal with. They know she's there and now they've sent spies ahead, probably on Adam's orders. And RWBY's got a dying uncle on her hands, which is quite serious. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if in a massive major tease we got no Ranger this episode. Completely left in the dark for another week for people that were watching in real time. Because that just seems like the trollish sort of thing that Rooster Teeth would do. Crow is actually in danger, but you won't get to see what happens to him for another week, maybe 2. I just could see that happening. But I assume that if we do see him in this episode, we might get a better grasp on just how bad the condition is, how much time he's got left, or, you know, how easy it is to actually cure it, or if they know someone who can. So that's up in the air until they elaborate further on that. But what I think is most likely to happen is that we follow Blake's chase of the White Fang member and maybe check back in with Yang. With a bit of Weiss thrown in there, maybe. So, yeah. That's what I think's going to happen anyway. So I hadn't skipped the intro yet on my video file. I just did it. Otherwise, it's just me sat through the intro and I don't really feel like singing along to it, mainly because I can't be bothered to learn the lyrics, and I'm not confident in singing it unless it's the Star versus the Forces of Evil intro. That's just fun, you can't help but sing that. But yeah, I'm excited and very ready. If I have the time, I shall also be watching episode 10 today, so let's get a move on. Oh, wow, okay, yeah. Yang training. This is why.
Wow.
Looking good?
That thing packs a punch.
Literally.
I've been at this for weeks. I get it.
Okay,
I want
cool.
to make sure I can still fight.
It's good that she wasn't like that right off the bat.
You're close.
After weeks, makes sense.
Oh, really?
You're still off balance.
What? No, I'm not. Honestly,
Other people can see.
I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would just be this huge weight, but it feels natural. They did a great job with this thing.
You just made me think of Cowboy Bebop. You're gonna carry that weight.
I wasn't talking about your actual balance.
Okay then, Ty.
Although, that could use some work too.
You're doing great,
Meaning?
Yang. Keep it up.
I saw your tournament fights. During the Vital Festival?
Let me guess. I was sloppy.
No, no. You were predictable. And stubborn.
Your neon cat
maybe a little
really took
boneheaded.
full advantage of that.
Do you realize that you used your semblance to win every fight after the qualifiers?
Yeah,
So
she took
what?
all that damage and then
How
got
is me
pissed off.
using
Yeah.
my semblance any different than someone else using theirs?
Because not everyone else's is basically a temper tantrum. I'm serious. Once you take damage, you can dish it back twice as hard, but that doesn't make you invincible. It's great when you're in a bind, but what
Neo
happens
knocked
if
her
you
out.
miss? What happens if they're stronger? What then? Now you're just weak and tired.
She loses an arm. That's what happens.
You've always
That's literally what happened.
to burn brighter than everyone else. Whether it was with your smile or, well, I remember your first haircut. But you gotta keep your emotions in check.
Okay, so Yang's gonna come out of this a more balanced fighter. I like it.
Your semblance is a great fallback, but you can't let yourself rely on it.
Mm.
It won't always save you. Obviously. You definitely have your mom's stubbornness.
Oh, so now we could talk about her?
Raven.
Well, as I have been informed, you're an adult now. Remember?
Nice to
Oh,
bring that
sorry
back
I
around.
remind you of her.
Don't be. Raven was great in so many ways. Her strength, her ambition,
Well, she had to be
dedication to whatever
to
cause she
get with
thought
her
was
in the
worth
first
fighting
place.
for. I'm proud of how much of her I see in you. But I'm glad I don't see all of her in you.
Why?
Well,
Your mother was a complicated woman.
she came
Like
from a tribe of
everybody,
thieves and killers.
She had her faults, but those faults are what tore our team apart. And they did a real number on our family. You both act like the easiest way to tackle an obstacle is through it. That strength is all that matters in a fight.
I can see how he'd make that
But if
connection.
you just take a second look, then maybe you see there's a way around as well.
I love how Wise just sat there being adorable, like, yes, I'm
Come on.
here. I'm adorable. Hello.
One more before dinner.
Oh, yes. When they go for a round two, you always know it's going to be better.
See? All right. Now you're using your head instead of your...
That's what you get for talking in the middle of a fight. Freeze frame. That was really cool. So, am I going to be completely right? Weiss and Yang training, and we see what became of Blake's chase. I'll be pretty proud of myself
Sister.
if this is it. So the sword came through, almost.
Leave.
How hurtful. And here I am about to offer you a favor. Father's taking me into town to introduce me to some of his business partners. I thought I'd see if you wanted me to pick you up anything since you're, well,
Grounded.
stuck here.
Are you jealous? Is that it?
Whatever do you mean?
Is that why you hate me? Are you jealous of my abilities? Of Winter's?
So he doesn't have the glyphs.
No, not really.
He doesn't have the semblance.
Honestly, I find it barbaric. It's beneath people like me, like Father. What could a single huntsman possibly do that an army could not? That's why we have one. Even if it is run by
You're
a fool.
reminding me of that villain from Legend of Korra. This
Fine.
resentment towards the
Fine.
Benders.
I've got better things to do. Enjoy your training, however pointless it is. What is your plan anyway? What do you hope to accomplish while trapped?
I'm
in
going
your
to
own
open a
bedroom?
mine to recover some of your salt. That's fantastic. Come on. Oh, sorry, Father. I'm not trying to escape. It was just the result of the summoning. Oh,
Yes.
it looks a lot smaller, but
Klein, I need a favor.
I'm sure that in the white trailer it was like this. She reminds me of Widowmaker with the hair at the back.
Hey, wait up!
Don't let her out of your sight.
Hey, good for Blake not, you know, shooing Sun away. Oh, shifting clothes.
Why are you watching me?
Give it up!
Who's giving you the orders?
Grab the scroll! Seems someone thinks it's important.
It's got her best yaoi fix on it. Don't touch it. Hey, dog pile.
Quit staring and grab it!
I know I'm pretty, but oh!
Blake, watch out!
I like those things on the face.
Ilya.
Oh! That's Ilya that them two mentioned.
But she doesn't even look like a fool. Ah!
Done!
Ooh,
Give it to me.
Thunderbolt.
No. You shouldn't have come back.
I just got it. I just got it. Chameleon furnace. Wow. Wow. You know, this whole time I forgot to try and link her to an animal. Now the coloration makes sense.
Done! No, 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 not again, please.
Oh, not again. Oh,
Somebody!
oh,
Hold on, son.
oh, that really upset me.
Just hold on.
Not what's happened. Like, you know, as soon as the music picked up and he was open, I knew he was going to get injured, but Blake's line, not again. That is rough.
Ty. She's not coming. Ty.
Okay, so we get a bit of everyone.
Getting worse.
How much farther? We've got to be close.
I'm impressed you managed to make a
Without the
hammock
map,
so
there's no way
quickly.
of knowing. But I feel like we're close to something.
What is it?
Oh, to instantly pull that back. Oh.
Hey, hey, Mistral! We're on the right path! Oh. Does it say how close?
No. And it looks like the path takes us up through the mountains.
Oh boy. So,
Guys.
a detour then.
I don't know if all of us can make that climb.
Okay, well...
So, detour.
What about this place? Kuro Yuri! Can we
It's
get
got
up
an
there?
X through it.
That village was destroyed years ago.
That's what
But
the X
if
is
it takes
for.
us around the mountains, it's the best bet we've got.
It will take too long.
The town would have had a doctor, right? Or maybe we could scavenge for medicine?
Right!
You're not going to find anything. We just have to press on.
So how is this gonna
Ren,
resolve?
why are you acting...
We can split up. Ren and I can
Oh,
cut through the mountains while you and Ruby take Crow around through the village.
No, we're supposed
there
to
are
stick
repressed
together. We keep each other
memories
safe.
for Ren
We
in
don't
that
have
village.
time for safe. If we make it to Mistral, we'll bring back help. If we don't, we'll at least have a better view of the land. Up there, we can see if there's somewhere else we can go.
Yeah, this is related to their backstory, I'm very sure.
Okay.
Okay, so John and Ruby team and Ren and Nora team.
Just take care of each other.
We always have.
Go. Well, this is quite a turn of events. I thought they'd be together throughout the volume, but to say that there's a split.
They're gonna be fine, John.
You don't know that.
It's a good thing you damaged Tyrion's tail, because if he came back right now, you'd be boned. Yeah, the mark of the bandits. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. So that was pretty easy to guess. Ren does not want to go that way because that's repressed memories of bandits. It may even be the exact same town his parents died in or whatever, because there's an episode coming up called Koro Yuri, I think. So that makes perfect sense. What did surprise me was that they split up. I guess it really is that bad, and I feel really bad for Ren. But it was also sweet to see how close him and Nora are, and that obviously ties back into their childhood and what they've been through together. And I can't wait until we eventually flash back to those times, which maybe that's the Kuro Yuri episode. Because, you know, why would they have an episode all about that place with it having such a significance to Ren if we didn't get a glimpse of that? So that's what I think is going to happen in that episode. But as for this episode right now, well, I got 3 out of 3 predictions right, but didn't anticipate that we'd also be getting some Ranger stuff. We saw Weiss and Yang training, which was awesome in its own regards. Weiss's one was funny because Whitley is like so bitter and like without a semblance that actually makes perfect sense and explains a lot about why he's the way he is at such a young age. That is perfect, I would add. And then we see Yang after several weeks getting up to snuff with fighting her dad, and that is really cool to see as well. And what a lot of the fans wanted suggesting, you know, at least according to what I've seen in comment sections personally when watching other people's RWBY reactions, so this is only my word for it, but people have been complaining about Yang not using her head more, which is what caused her to lose against Neo, get pushed around so much by Neon Cat before she eventually overpowered her. You know, it's like, surely you could have won that a bit finer against Mercury, and just charging straight in at Adam gave him an ample opening to just swing my sword up and you run straight into it. You know, she's very, very predictable. So I'm really glad that they're gonna switch it up with her. like she's going to learn to fight a bit more smartly, while retaining fighting style, obviously, but she's going to be less of a brawler and more of a boxer, maybe, because she does use a boxing style when she does her combos and stuff. So I'm wondering if she's going to learn her ducking and weaving more, her agility, something like that. Avoid taking damage, make the more calculated uppercut of a hit, that kind of thing. She could become ruthlessly efficient without even needing to be powered up, and that, in my opinion, is good foreshadowing maybe for if she fights Neo again, and even takes Neo by surprise with how she's less predictable, because Neo like read her like a friggin' book on the train. So now I'm imagining things going down a lot differently if Yang manages to change up her style. I feel really bad for Crow. We didn't get any update on whether he's going to live or not, just that he wouldn't survive a path through the mountains, which was sound logic. I'm glad that they're not going to push the suspension of disbelief that far, that they can get him through there. So we're going to try and get him fixed with whatever medicine we can find, and that's not even guaranteed to work. I mean, this is one of Salem's henchmen, so his poison's got to be some pretty strong stuff, right? You know, I have my doubts that they can really do much to help without finding someone who knows what they're doing. But the last thing to talk about, Blake. Yeah, I didn't expect that particular part to be resolved so quickly. And I know I say resolved, it ended badly, but I expected that this would be mostly just the chase itself, and then she gets away. Well, she did, but I mean, she gets away without anything else happening, but there's some sort of clue left behind as to who it was, and they did that as well, but with the scroll. But you get what I mean. I didn't expect that she'd turn around, be unmasked, be identified, have a full confrontation, and then strike one of them down the way she did. I do not believe that Sun is dead. That's way too quick, anticlimactic, whatever you want to say. This is one of those fake out things where someone goes down with blood coming from a vital area, but then they're just weakened next time. So there's still good hope for Sun. It depends how much damage that weapon could actually do and how deep it pierced him. But it's definitely put him out of commission. Maybe for the rest of the volume like Crow, I don't know. We'll have to see exactly how he's feeling next episode or whatever. But wow, it was so cool once I realised what was happening to see a chameleon Faunus. It makes me wonder how many other Faunus types we're going to get introduced to, like, you know, interacting with the characters. You know, now I want to see like a Faunus with the scaly snake skin. I want to see some kind of shark Faunus that can only live in the water. You know, I want them to really come out with the ideas for this. And that chameleon is a very, very bold step. I love it. But yeah, Blake's line was heartbreaking. 2 episodes in a row she's come out with a heartbreaking line. Like before it was, how can you still love me? Oh, and this time it was, you know, not again. Oh, not again. Oh. Wow. Whoever's writing this currently, is it still Miles and Kerry or something? I think those are the names. They're doing a great job with the dialogue in this volume. Especially with Crow. Crow's been cool. But Blake's lines have been done so well. And I'm really appreciating what they're doing with all 4 of the main girls' characters this season. I know some people are getting annoyed by RWBY's hero complex, But I didn't really see it that way. She was just trying to help her uncle, guys. Like, that's understandable. And I know that she said she wants to be a huntress to be like the heroes in the books, but that's what she said before Beacon happened and set her back a bit. Now she looks at things a little bit more seriously when fighting, and you know, I think that was a one-off situation. She wasn't going to let her uncle get hurt, like, and in the end, because of his semblance, that building thing happened, and then he did get hurt. So she can be excused for that. But anyway, I am very much looking forward to the next episode, so I shall be seeing you guys next time.